Coming up in this half hour of Up with KREM, we've got 3 things you need to know about the coronavirus, including local and national case numbers and who will start getting vaccines today.
Well, we had a somewhat foggy start to this upcoming week. At least we'll see some sunshine today, but I am tracking quite a bit of snow for the middle part of this week.
And a new Netflix movie is trending right now. It's a mockumentary focused on a crazy year and what that 2020 has been. We'll tell you more about the star-studded cast and the plot just ahead.
Up with KREM begins now.
All right, quick look at your screen to watch for this meteor that was caught on camera just north of Sandpoint. You see right there, right at the top? Well, if you missed it, here's a closer look as a KREM viewer sent in this amazing video from the night of December 23rd after it was captured in Upper Pack River Valley, about 15 miles north of Sandpoint. Now, according to the American Meteor Society, there are 3 other reports of people witnessing a fireball in Idaho that night. Here's that full speed image again. But of course, this verification is still pending. But if you ask Thomas Patrick, he says this is a sure bet.
This is definitely a sure bet. And it's awesome that usually we see images like this from our porch cameras. Yeah. They can pick up on that light at nighttime because it really is a rare thing to witness. You got to be looking at the right part of the sky at just the right moment and get just lucky enough to see it with your own eyes.
I feel like, I know you're such an enthusiast about this kind of thing, and I feel like it must have been just a few months ago that we had another porch cam video of another meteor just like this, right? Am I imagining that?
we get them every once in a while. They're of course quite random, but sometimes we'll get a really bright one, usually during a meteor shower event or so. But yeah, this stuff is really, really awesome.
And of course, the skies play a big part in this, being able to see this. What's our skies looking like tonight, Thomas?
Yeah, we have to get clear skies to have any kind of shot of seeing a cool event like that up in the skies. A little bit foggy as we take a look downtown, though, this morning. That fog doesn't want to quit, but it's not really reducing our visibilities on the road. So it's more like really low cloud cover than it is fog at the moment. But 26 degrees, I'm sure a lot of you, as you step out to your cars this morning, might notice that you'll have to do a little bit of scraping on the windshield. But visibility at 10 miles has improved fully from earlier this morning. So that cloud cover will be lifting throughout the day. It is very cold, though, in Deer Park and Sandpoint, way down into the teens starting out this morning. So a very cold start to the day. It's going to be one of our coldest days of the week. Highs only around 30 degrees, but at least we get the sunny skies this afternoon. So we'll get to squeeze in some decent afternoon hours. But I'm tracking the snowstorm system for this upcoming Wednesday. It looks like there could be a corridor of 3 to 6 inches of snow over our northern and eastern areas. But Spokane is obviously very close to that region as well. So coming up, I got the latest snow total map on what to expect for this upcoming Wednesday, as well as what we can see in those first few days of the forecast heading into 2021.
We'll check in with you in just a few minutes, Thomas. As we have other news this morning at 7:33, new travel restrictions do take effect today for people coming in and out of the UK. The U.S. now requires a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours of boarding a flight and the paperwork to prove it. The CDC announced these requirements late on Christmas Eve, and that measure is being taken to curb the spread of a new strain of the coronavirus, which has surfaced in the United Kingdom and appears to be more transmissible than other strains. Now, this move does stop short of an outright ban from flights from the UK, but there are other countries that have already implemented that ban. Let's take a look at 3 things you need to know about COVID-19 today. Number 1, today vaccines will start to be administered in long-term care facilities in Washington state. This week, Washington is expected to receive more than 100,000 doses of vaccines. Officials say there will continue to be a limited supply of the vaccine over the next several weeks. Number 2, the Spokane Regional Health District is reporting 116 new cases, bringing the total number of cases in our area to more than 25,000 since the pandemic began. No new deaths have been reported over the weekend, but currently 52 Spokane residents are hospitalized. Number 3, December is now the deadliest month of the pandemic in the United States. So far, more than 63,000 people have died due to COVID-19 in the U.S. this month. The pandemic has killed 1 out of every 1,000 people across the country.
It was January 1st of this year when most of us heard about the COVID-19 pandemic starting out of Hubei province in China, I just never believed that we would get to 330,000 American lives lost by Christmas Day and still accelerating at 3,000 deaths a day.
Despite clear CDC warnings that travel can increase chances of getting and spreading COVID-19, more than 7 million people passed through the nation's airports in the last week. 7:35 now on your Monday morning. Let's take a look at what's trending. It's Netflix's new special all over Twitter this morning. If you haven't heard of the new mockumentary, it appropriately is titled Death to 2020, and it takes a look back at the year. The creators of Netflix's Black Mirror series somehow found a way to poke fun at what has been many of our absolutely worst year. So lots of our favorite people are in this movie. You can see some of the main cast on your screen right now, including Samuel L. Jackson, Lisa Kudrow, Leslie Jones, Hugh Grant, Kumail Nanjiani, and many of the people who have already watched it are calling the movie exactly what they needed: some dark humor to get through the end of the year, and also a way to look back at all the pandemic fads like Tiger King, whipped coffee, TikTok beginning its social media reign, and of course everyone buying some new matching loungewear sets. By the way, the movie Fake interviews a number of different characters, including Samuel L. Jackson as a journalist, Hugh Grant as a historian, a soccer mom, just to name a few. And it gives us all a bow to kind of wrap up the year with before we toss this crazy year appropriately, Thomas, into the fire. That image, I just can't. There's nothing better than that, right?
Throw it into the pit of the fire. The whole year. I mean, yeah, this is, it's been one to remember, maybe not exactly for the right reasons. So, yeah, I think this is appropriate.
I'm a huge Black Mirror fan myself, and the creator said, there's a quote from him. He says, "There's nothing quite like finding the relief of shouting your frustrations into the void."
It's like venting.
Yeah,
exactly. So this is just a vent session for all of us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. If anybody watches that at home, let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you this morning. I'm looking forward to watching it. I have not watched it yet, Thomas, but like I said, huge Black Mirror fan, so I'm all over it.
I'm just looking forward to living in 2021.
Agreed. Yes. Now, as we do near the end of 2020, though, we're looking back at some of our favorite stories from this year.
Where's the American? Where's the American? I'm not playing you! You'll never find him.
From humble beginning in Spokane to Hollywood, we're looking back on when a local writer's new movie reached #1 on Netflix.
And the fog just won't let us go as of this morning, and it won't stick around for very much longer. So look for sunshine today, but I'm tracking snow later on in the week. Your full forecast is coming up next after the break.